Hello YouTube and fellow Star Wars collectors! On this episode of Toys Are the Way, we will be taking a look at the latest Vintage Collection Army Builder 4-pack, the 212th Phase 2 Clone Trooper. If you're new to the channel or a fan of Star Wars collecting, be sure to smash a like on this video, remember to subscribe, and make sure to ring that bell to stay notified. Welcome back everyone. Here you can see my latest acquisition that was just delivered earlier today, and it is the 212th Phase 2 Clone Trooper Army Builder 4-pack, one that I've been looking forward to for quite a while. General Kenobi's clones are very popular, Revenge of the Sith, the Clone Wars, and these are ones that people have been wanting to add to their collections for quite some time, especially with this new updated Phase 2 Clone Trooper mold, which is absolutely fantastic. Now this is an exciting release, no doubt, but there are a few things about this set that are definitely a bit of a letdown. I know many fans are vocal when it comes to the prices we are seeing on these recent Army Builder packs, and I absolutely sympathize with you. The very first Army Builder 4 packs were much more affordable and really made it easier to add a hefty number of troops to your collection and truly build an army. While the price of this current set is definitely a little bit high, I will say overall the quality control on the paint applications is much nicer than some of the sets we've seen in the past, so that is definitely a plus. But I would not mind seeing these come in at a lower price, allowing for much more easier army building. Another letdown that's unfortunate is the black brow line that is missing from the Phase 2 Clone Trooper's helmet. This is the black line that wraps all the way around, and you see it much more in live action. And you don't really see the line in the animated Clone Wars stuff, so that's Hasbro's reasoning for not including it. But after much feedback, Hasbro got the message and they actually did a running change on this figure. So there are some samples out there that are showing up that have the brow line, so definitely be on the lookout for that if you've ordered these. And lastly, the final issue that we've been seeing a little bit more with these recent Army Builder packs is putting in a scene-specific character. So here we're getting Waxer, who I am very happy to actually have. He's a really cool Clone Wars character, and this is a great way to, get him into our collection. But unfortunately, if you're looking to grow a large 212th Battalion, you're going to end up with quite a few extra Waxers. And this is really a shame, and it kind of limits the number of these sets that people want to get. I really wish Hasbro would not put scene-specific characters like this in these Army Builder 4 packs, and if they do, they should definitely include extra accessories like a different helmet and maybe an arm or a pauldron, something to help camouflage this character to make him look like a standard trooper. That would definitely be much more helpful, but it would also just be nice to see this character on a card instead of putting him in an Army Builder 4 pack, so something for Hasbro to consider in the future. But with that being said, let's take a closer look at the packaging and each one of these figures. Taking a look at the packaging, we have our standard Army Builder 4-pack design, a black and white illustration of the trooper inside with a pop of color. Here we have this really muddy yellow color that I just don't think looks like the 212th, and that's something I would have preferred Hasbro done differently. But regardless, pretty good looking set. On the back, you have a total of the 4 troopers that are coming inside this set, done a little bit differently, same muddy color, but all in all, pretty good packaging, vintage collection logo on the top, and then a bunch of other stuff that most people don't really care about. But all in all, a pretty decent looking Army Builder 4-pack to add to the collection. And if you're new to collecting, this is how the Army Builder 4-pack is packaged inside. You have 4 of the troopers individually wrapped in this wax paper, as well as their accessory. So here you can see we've got a trooper, and he comes with his smaller blaster pistol. Each one of them is wrapped like that, and then you also get 2 additional larger blaster rifles. Taking a look at the figure out of the packaging and comparing it to the recent Phase 2 Clone Trooper, you can see that they are clearly the same exact figure, except with different paint applications. This one obviously has the 212 markings on it, but you can also see that it's missing the black brow line on its helmet, which is unfortunate. Another thing to point out is that on the foot, there is black markings on the standard Clone Trooper, but not on the 212 version. And of course, once you remove the helmet, you have the standard clone portrait, which is understandable since this is a clone army. And taking a closer look at the clone portrait in general, you can just see the level of quality that we are seeing in the vintage collection. This is such a remarkable resemblance to Tamora Morrison and the Clone Trooper army, so wonderful, wonderful stuff. And of course, we have to take a closer look at Waxer, who has a new clone portrait that just looks phenomenal. Look at the paint applications that's been done there, it's nice and clean, and this is just another wonderful portrait to add to our clone collection. Really good stuff, happy to see that. The helmet goes on very nicely, and if you take a look at that paintwork, it is also phenomenal. Just that detail is done really well, there's no sloppiness, no smudges. Really happy to see that. I'm very impressed with the little Twi'lek girl emblem that he put on his helmet, just the way that Hasbro's done those paint applications. That's just such a small little detail that's really awesome to see. But yeah, you can see some of his battle counts on his shoulder pauldron and helmet, and just all in all, a fantastic figure to get into the collection. Really happy to see Waxer. Now, something I wanted to point out is that I really wish Hasbro would have included a certain accessory. These Clone Trooper night vision goggles, which you sometimes see attached to the helmet, are very important for this figure. This Waxer figure is actually based upon his appearance during the Umbara episodes of the 501st, and he is actually wearing these night vision goggles when he unfortunately dies. They don't have the antenna, because these are from actually the Captain Rex Bad Batch release, and I modified one of mine and took these off. So he doesn't have that antenna, but he does have these night vision goggles when he unfortunately dies and actually talks to Captain Rex. So that would have been a really cool accessory to see. Something, that you could just attach to the helmets but also take off. It really would have taken this to the next level and allow us to recreate those scenes properly. We are first introduced to Waxer during Season 1 of The Clone Wars, Episode 20, Innocence of Ryloth. In this episode, Waxer and Boyle stumble upon a young Twi'lek named Numa, who was hiding from Separatist forces. The child would aid these two 12th clones to free other Twi'lek prisoners and win the day during this episode. Additionally, Numa referred to Waxer as Nera, which he later learned meant brother. This 4-pack release is based off Lieutenant Waxer, and it would have been really cool to see the figure with the night vision visor he had during his death in Season 4, Episode 10, The Carnage of Krell, but I'm happy to see him in the vintage collection regardless. While I'm happy to get this character into my collection, it is an odd choice for an army builder since the figure has noticeable differences in the paint deco. Here you can see Waxer's helmet has a small decal depicting the young Twi'lek he rescued in the earlier season. Additionally, the paint applications on the hands, shoulders, and elbows differ from those seen on the standard trooper. Looking at the lower portion of the two figures, you can also see a noticeable difference in the paint applications on the leg armor, thus making it challenging for Waxer to pass as a standard trooper. The updated Clone Trooper has been a must-have for many fans within the community, and Hasbro wasted no time utilizing this new, fully articulated Phase 2 Clone Trooper to release its first repaint. The 212th Clone Trooper sports all the modern articulation that the Grand Army of the Republic will need to combat any and all Separatist droid invasions. Whether you're on Ryloth, Umbara, or Utapau, these 375 masterpieces have got you covered. New style barbell hips, ball-jointed everything, and rocker ankles allow the Phase 2 Clone Troopers to achieve a variety of action poses. The figure sports the new soft plastic shoulder armor that will allow for excellent range of motion, as well as a soft plastic removable helmet and clone portrait. These 212 clones are a must-have upgrade for any fan of the Clone Wars or Revenge of the Sith, and with the corrected brow line added to later production runs, I will certainly be picking up a future set. Lastly, while some fans may enjoy the benefits of a removable helmet, I once again would like to see Hasbro try swappable heads in the future, to help combat the inconsistent helmet proportions seen with the plastic option. I hope you've enjoyed this video and taking a look at the latest vintage collection Army Builder 4-pack, the 212th Phase 2 Clone Trooper. These are definitely some really awesome figures that I'm very happy to add to the collection, and I look forward to seeing more variants of the Clone Trooper in the future. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And don't forget to drop a like on this video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. It really helps and is always greatly appreciated. Thanks everyone, and may the Force be with you.